Hey guys, welcome to the lesson on reacting versus planning ahead. We're going to talk about the difference between when you react to something versus when you plan to do something ahead of time, and how that is going to have a huge impact on how you use your time and whether you're good at time management. So I love this. When you react, you lose. No, you really can't design your dream life if you just spend your time reacting. So what I mean by reacting is when other people request you to do something, or when you're putting out fires. You're basically like living in the moment and then reacting. Like you haven't taken the time to plan ahead. So of course there are exceptions. I've given this example before. Your child just drove for the first time, you're probably going to want to react to the phone ringing when he arrives somewhere. But those are the exceptions, and most of us are not in exceptions. We are in reaction mode all the time, whether it's our phone going off or emails coming in or knock at the door, or whoever is requesting things from us, we are just reacting. I mean, even getting up and checking your email, Facebook, social media, all of that is kind of reacting and looking for a reaction. Even when something unexpected or bad happens, you are in control of how you react. And we often forget this because we're so in the habit of reacting the way we always have. But the whole point of designing your dream life is for you to get out of using your past to create your future. I want you to create your future from your future. And that is hard to do, but it's so worth it, because you'll create an entirely new future for yourself if you look to your future to create it instead of looking to your past. So what this means here is that you train your brain to learn how to react differently when something unexpected comes your way, so that it doesn't derail you. Does that make sense? Hopefully. When something bad happens, you have to get your head in the right space so that it doesn't sabotage your life, your plans, your time. And maybe for you, you need to take some time out, a break, a nap, get some space, whatever, to kind of regroup, because things are going to derail you. Remember, like, you're guaranteed to have problems. Seriously, you are. The point is for that not to mess you up for too long, and for you to keep going and working through and solving those problems. And this all relates to time, because it's when you're derailed and you don't solve your problems and you live in I don't know, and you live in the kind of the drama of the problem, and you live in the self-pity, you just waste time. You just are literally just wasting time. So the quicker that you can get at working through problems, regrouping, getting your mindset back, coaching yourself to feel better and make the right decisions, the less time you're going to waste, and the more that you're going to have your time back. Planning is seriously the key to everything. It allows you to choose how you spend your time, and this is truly how you design your dream life. You create from your future, and then you plan it out, and then you execute, like the end. It's that simple. And I don't mean plan little things or big things. I mean plan everything. And I love this Michael Hyatt quote. Most people spend more time planning a 1-week vacation than they spend planning their lives. This is the goal of the course. I don't want you to be one of those people. I want you to spend time planning your life. So if you are a planner of vacations, think about the last time that you spent planning a vacation, and have you ever spent that much time intentionally planning your future? Okay, so hopefully the answer is yes, but if not, hopefully it will be in the future after this course. Planning gives you freedom because it allows you to create your dreams. You can have anything that you want in your head. You can have any belief that you want, and you can choose to create those results for yourself, but you have to plan from your future. When you procrastinate and don't do it, and you just react to your life, you can really procrastinate your dreams until you die. So dramatic, but it's true. You really have to plan them out. So there's lots of different types of planning. There's macro planning, which is what we're talking about when we talk about like what you want to do with your life, and you're creating a bucket list and these big goals and whatever. But then there's also like the day-to-day decisions that you make that will have to get you there. So that's the planning, today and tomorrow and this week. And that all is going to lead you towards a certain path. And so you have to be super intentional about both of them. Prefrontal planning, that's what I like to call it. When you're planning from your rational brain, from your prefrontal cortex, it's going to take you out of your comfort zone, and you're really going to make the best decisions when you plan from this place. It is going to be a little bit slower, like you'll be more thoughtful, you'll be more rational. I mean, I remember choosing to quit my full-time job and start my business full-time. It was already started, but to go full-time blogging. And I went through all of the choices, all the options. I made the decision from my prefrontal cortex, meaning it was very thought out. It wasn't reactionary. It was very future focused. And that was so useful because my primitive brain would have never done that. And you know how I know that is because as soon as I took action on that, my brain went into freak out mode, and all this doubt and worry overcame me. And I had to really trust myself that I had made the right decision from my prefrontal cortex to, keep going and do what I had already done. Willpower in the moment is just too hard. It's not going to make the right decision. So you have to make sure that you plan ahead of time and then execute no matter how you're feeling in the moment. I like to give the example of going out to eat because that's a much smaller scale. Let's say you are trying to eat healthier, and one of your goals is healthy lifestyle. So you decide what you're going to eat at the restaurant and how much you're going to drink, and if you're going to get French fries and all that stuff, you decide ahead of time so that the decision is made and you're not in the moment. And then when you get there, the decision is just done. You already know. Versus if you wait until you get to the restaurant and you're making the decision when you're there, your brain is always going to seek pleasure. So it's going to order those fries. It's going to order that drink. I mean, it's really hard to say no in the moment. You can, but it's just harder. So making those decisions ahead of time is going to help you a lot. Basically, in the modern world that we live in, there are so many different ways to react. It can be when you're out to eat. It can be an email coming in. It can be when you wake up in the morning and you want to check social media. But the key is for you to start realizing that there are so many different ways for you to plan ahead that can save you time. So it's not just about planning your to-do list. You can plan what you're going to eat if you're trying to be healthier. You can plan, your entire future. And that is ultimately going to create more time for you because you're going to be using it more wisely to get the results that you want in your future. It's an entirely different way of looking at your life and planning and time management. So hopefully this is starting to stick and you can use this to go into your future and become a ninja at time management, because that's what I want for you. I will see you in the next lesson.